Imagine you're floating in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by endless blue, with nothing but the sky above and the water below. You're thousands of miles away from home, and the last land you saw was a blurry memory. You're hungry, tired, and you haven't seen a friendly face in months. Now imagine that you're not just floating, but you're part of a small fleet of ships, and you're trying to do something that no one has ever done before: sail all the way around the world. This is the story of Ferdinand Magellan, a man whose name is etched in the annals of history, and whose journey changed our understanding of the world forever. Ferdinand Magellan was born in Portugal around 1480. From a young age, he was fascinated by the sea and the idea of exploration. Portugal was a leading maritime power at the time, and Magellan grew up hearing stories of brave sailors who ventured into the unknown, bringing back tales of new lands and untold riches. But Magellan wasn't just content to listen. He wanted to be part of the action. He joined the Portuguese Navy and quickly proved himself to be a skilled sailor and navigator. However, Magellan's relationship with the Portuguese crown was complicated. He had a vision that was both daring and audacious. He wanted to find a western route to the Spice Islands, also known as the Moluccas. These islands were the source of valuable spices like nutmeg and cloves, and control over them meant wealth and power. But the Portuguese were already exploring the east, and the King of Portugal, Manuel I, was not interested in funding a western expedition. Magellan's proposal was rejected, and he was even accused of treason for considering working with the Portuguese's rival Spain. This was a turning point in Magellan's life. He could have given up, but he didn't. Instead, he packed his bags and set off for Spain, a country that was becoming increasingly interested in exploration. In Spain, Magellan found a more receptive audience. King Charles I, who later became Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, was intrigued by Magellan's proposal and agreed to fund the expedition. Magellan was given 5 ships and a crew of around 270 men from various countries, including Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Greece. They set sail from Sanlúcar de Barrameda, Spain, on August 10, 1519, with the goal of finding a western route to the Spice Islands. The journey began with high hopes, but it quickly turned into a nightmare. The ships were old and in poor condition, and the crew was a mix of nationalities who often spoke different languages. This made communication difficult and created tension among the men. To make matters worse, Portuguese agents had sabotaged some of the ships before they even left port, and Magellan had to deal with these issues while also navigating the treacherous waters of the Atlantic Ocean. Despite these challenges, Magellan's determination kept the expedition going. He knew that the key to success was finding a passage through South America that would lead to the Pacific Ocean. Many thought such a passage didn't exist, but Magellan believed otherwise. After several months of searching, he finally found what he was looking for: the Strait of Magellan, named in his honor. This narrow passage, located at the southern tip of South America, allowed his fleet to enter the Pacific Ocean. But the real test was just beginning. The Pacific Ocean is vast, and no one had ever sailed across it before. The journey was long and grueling. The crew faced starvation, disease, and mutiny. Some of the ships turned back, and others were lost at sea. Magellan's leadership was crucial during these difficult times. He kept the remaining crew motivated, even when they were on the brink of giving up. His unwavering belief in the mission and his ability to make difficult decisions kept the expedition moving forward. Finally, after months of sailing, they reached the Philippines. This was a significant moment, as it meant they had successfully crossed the Pacific Ocean. However, it was here that Magellan's journey took a tragic turn. He became involved in a local conflict, supporting one group of Filipinos against another. During a battle on the island of Mactan, Magellan was killed. His death was a shock to the crew, and it marked the end of his direct involvement in the expedition. But the journey wasn't over. A few of the remaining ships under the command of Juan Sebastián Elcano continued on to the Spice Islands. They traded for spices and then set sail for home. On September 6, 1522, the Victoria, the only ship to complete the circumnavigation, returned to Spain. The surviving crew members were greeted as heroes, and the news of their achievement quickly spread throughout Europe. The significance of the voyage was enormous. For the first time, humans had proven that it was possible to sail around the world. This was a major blow to the old belief that the Earth was flat, or that it was impossible to circumnavigate it. The voyage also had a profound impact on the way people understood the world. It opened up new trade routes, led to further exploration, and marked the beginning of the Age of Discovery. But there was one more surprising discovery that came from the voyage. When the Victoria returned to Spain, the crew realized that they were a day behind the people on land. This phenomenon, now known as the International Date Line, was a result of the Earth's rotation. The crew had been sailing westward, against the direction of the Earth's rotation, and they had gained a full day. This discovery confirmed that the Earth was indeed round, and that it rotated on its axis, further challenging the old geocentric view of the universe. Magellan's voyage was a triumph of human determination and ingenuity. Despite the many obstacles and setbacks, he and his crew accomplished something that was once thought impossible. Magellan's bravery, leadership, and vision continue to inspire people today. He paid the ultimate price for his quest, but his legacy lives on. His name is synonymous with exploration and adventure, and his story is a reminder that sometimes the greatest achievements come from the most unlikely places. So, the next time you look up at the stars and think about the vastness of the universe, remember Ferdinand Magellan. He didn't just sail around the world, he changed our understanding of it. And in doing so, he opened up new possibilities for future generations of explorers and dreamers.